channel. So today I'll be doing this makeup look for you. I asked you guys on Snapchat. I put a few makeup looks up, some from the Met Gala, some just general makeup looks I found, and asked you guys to screenshot which one was your favourite. And this Taylor Hill makeup look was like probably the most screenshots I've ever had on my Snapchat ever. It was crazy. So it is from this photo. There is quite a few different photos of her from this night. And obviously this one is more of like a, she's taken, or the makeup artist has taken the photo kind of a bit more professionally, so like the light's hitting her just right. And then there's some of her like on the red carpet and stuff, and to be honest, in every picture the makeup look looks slightly different, but I've gone majority from this photo. But just the overall look of like the really red sort of cranberry eyes, super highlighted cheekbone, and kind of bronzy face. She is so beautiful. Like, she's just so naturally beautiful, and I want her brows so bad. If you are new to my channel, I'm currently trying to grow my brows, hence why when you see me do them they are pretty messy, but I'm trying to grow them to be like this because I want them really bushy and like cool. Anyway, if you want to see how to get this makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay guys, oh, got an itch. So starting with my bare face, I've already moisturized my skin, but I'm going to be starting off with a primer, and today I'm going to be using this one. Is a new one for me. This is by Pure. Is it Pure or is it Pure? Anyway, it is the No Filter Blurring Photography Primer. First time using it. It's like in this little dropper thing, which I really like. I like these kind of things. It comes out white, but then when you mix it in, it kind of has like a gold, like illumination to it. It's really nice. It felt super nice on my skin and I really liked it. Moving on to foundation, I'm taking my Armani Luminous Silk. Is that what it's called? I just had a complete brain freeze. Yeah, Luminous Silk, yeah. This is in the shade 6.5, and I'm taking that on my Rodial foundation brush. I'm sorry I've been using this foundation so much recently. It's just my jam. I absolutely love this foundation so much. And she has got that really like youthful, glowy, luminous skin that's like quite fresh and didn't look like cakey or anything. So I wanted to keep it really nice and luminous. So that is what I did. This, as you guys know, if you've been with me for a while, this is one of my favourite foundation brushes of life. It's honestly just the best foundation brush ever. So yeah. Moving on, I'm taking my iconic Glow, the bronze shade. You guys know I love this. And I'm taking that on a different foundation brush. I actually have no idea where this one is from. It's just like a buffing brush. I think Morphe do them. And I'm just using this to bronze up my face. So I'm putting it in the contour kind of areas. So my cheekbones, my forehead, and my chin. And then I'm just going to buff this in. It's going to give our face a super glowy, like healthy, bronzy look. This stuff, like, I know I did a whole video on this, but honestly, this one is just so good. Like, I absolutely love it. So just buffing that in with this foundation brush, just so we don't mix the two foundation brushes with the product, you know. It's just better if you just use a separate one. But whatever floats your boat. You could just use your damp beauty blender at this point to just blend this out into your skin. But you can see it gives you like a really nice, glowy, bronzy, luminous face. Moving on to concealer, I'm going to be taking my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in the shade Ginger, I think it's medium 2, and I'm just using this to conceal and highlight my face, so in kind of an upside down triangle-ish shape underneath my eyes. I'm also going to be applying this to my chin and like a little bit on my jawline and in between my eyebrows as well. I like to bring it into like almost the top of my laugh lines and also into my inner corner, because she had a really highlighted inner corner. So at this point I just wanted to make sure that was concealed now, so it would keep it a bit brighter when we highlight it later. But yeah, once I've done this, I'm just going to be passing this in with my damp beauty blender. This is, if I could just hurry up. I was really slow today. This is slow. Come on. Speedy. Okay, so like that. And then taking my damp beauty blender. This is the Pro Black one. It's my favourite one. I don't know why. I honestly don't think it's probably no different to the other ones. I think I just like it because it's black. Anyway, I'm just patting that in. And it just gives you a really nice, it's not like crazy bright, because the ginger shade is much better for me now. Like, I don't know what I was doing without it. It just gives you a really nice fresh face look without it looking too overly highlighted and done. Next, I'm going to be setting that with my Rodial. This is the baking powder. I'm not really going to bake, but it's like kind of a half bake, kind of, if that's even a thing. So I just tap some of the powder out onto the lid, and then I'm taking this e.l.f. brush and I'm patting it underneath my eyes, or yeah, I pat it underneath my eyes, obviously you can see with quite a lot. And then whatever's left on that brush, I just go over the other areas that we concealed, and then I just brush it all away straight away, so I don't leave it to bake. Then I'm taking the Nip and Fab contour kit, and I'm taking this kind of more cool tone shade and then this lighter shade at the end, and I'm just going to be defining the contour to just give us a bit more of like cheekbones, because she's got like popping cheekbones and I don't really have any cheekbones, so I just wanted to contour them a bit. So I'm just taking this unicorn brush first of all just to define the shape. Don't worry, I do blend it out, I'm not going to leave it like this but just this brush is really good just for getting the actual shape and defining them. And then I go in with like a softer contour brush to just like buff it out and diffuse the product so it's not like a harsh line. I did also use this to really lightly just contour down the sides of my nose, and then here is the fluffier brush to buff it out. Moving on to the Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette. Yay! This one is in golden. It's the darker one. Is it called golden? Yeah, Golden Sands. Yeah, I think that's right. So I'm going to do it in the order that she suggests, Huda Beauty. So taking, first of all, the cream highlighter. This highlighter kit, like, it is insane, but it's very gold, you know, like proper gold. So I went in with that first, then I went over it with the actual highlight shade, and you can see it's like super golden, but this was perfect for this look because hers was so popping and golden. I'm just using a Sigma eyeshadow brush to buff this on to my cheekbones. And I also made sure to take it quite like back to this area, which I don't actually usually do, but I so should, I just always don't. Just to make sure the highlight is at every angle when you kind of move your head round. Look at it, it is insane, right? It's just quite pricey, but I don't know if I would buy it again. I did just buy this off Cult Beauty. I don't know if I would purchase it again, I don't know. But it is really, really good. So I just used this, yeah, first of all. And then also on my nose, which actually came out super, super strong. And then I went into the like bronzy shade on a duo fiber brush just to like work this underneath, almost basically where our contour is, just to further bronze up the face, and it's meant to give you that 3D highlighting effect. And then I just spray my face with some MAC Fix Plus, just to make sure it brings the life back to your face, and then I patted over it with a beauty blender. And the face is done, and we're moving on to brows. I am taking the Anastasia Ash Brown Powder. This is my shade now, on the number 12 brush. And, oh, I forgot. I've been using this from Benefit, the Conditioning Primer. It's just like a clear, like serum-y thing. It's just meant to help your eyebrows grow. So I figured, since I'm trying to grow them, every little helps, right? I'll let you know if it does make a difference. I've only just started using it maybe like a week, so I'll let you girls know. I'm just filling in my eyebrows pretty messily and pretty just fluffy, bushy, just running some powder through them, just basically following the shape of my natural brows. Then I do set them with the Benefit Ready Set Brow Gel, because this stuff really gets my eyebrows to stand up and stay up. They do feel crusty, but it does the job, so that's okay with me. Once I've done that, I'm moving on to the eyes. I'm first of all taking this Huda Beauty Liquid Matte. This is in the shade Famous, I believe. And I'm using this as a base for my eyeshadow. I've seen people do this. I was a bit like, is this going to work? But it totally does work. Because it's obviously matte, it just dries to a complete matte finish. So it does work really well as a base. It didn't irritate my eyes at all. And it was just the perfect shade to use as a base to make sure they were super, super like red. And yeah, I just used like this concealer brush from Real Techniques to buff it out, and then just my finger to diffuse the edges. And I also applied that on my lower lash line as well. I'm looking pretty cray-cray right now. Going into the Huda Beauty palette, I am taking Man Eater, which is like, literally when I saw this makeup, I was like, Huda Beauty palette, Man Eater. Like, it's just like the perfect shade. This video isn't obviously sponsored by Huda Beauty. I know I'm just using a lot of Huda Beauty products. It's just I just do like her products, and they just seem to work with this tutorial. But yeah, it's not like a sponsored video or anything. I wish it was. Huda Beauty, hook me up. But anyway, I am just using a tapered eyeshadow brush to just basically pat this over the whole area and just define that outer corner, because she did have a bit of a wing to it. And then just going into a fluffier blending brush. This one is from my Vanity Planet set, and I'm just buffing it all out so it's really blown out. This was a pretty messy look. Like, it was pretty just blown out, and it definitely went quite far out. I'm then going into Cocoa on that same brush we used to begin with, and I'm applying this to the outer corner of the lash line and also in the outer V area, just to give it some depth so it's not just one shade. So just to give it some depth and definition. And then I went back into Man-Eater again, just to intensify that red tone and blend it out. I then highlighted the inner corner with the Huda Beauty palette again, so I actually used the cream first and then I went over it with the highlighter shade. And then I went into the banana shade in my contour kit just to clean up underneath the eye and the edges and any bits that were just a bit too carried away, also here on the brow bone. She didn't, in any pictures that I saw, have a highlighted brow bone, so I just used this banana shade to sort of diffuse the red colour and also kind of give you a matte highlight. Worked really, really well. Then I'm taking my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and I'm just applying some mascara to my lashes. You could totally wear lashes with this look, and to be honest, I think she did have some really natural lashes on. I just personally decided not to wear lashes. I'm not really a massive fan of lashes. I do like them, but I just feel like I just didn't need to wear them for this. Then moving on to lips, I'm taking MAC Stripdown liner. This is my favourite liner, if you can't tell by the size. And I'm just lining my lips. I basically just use this liner for everything. And then I'm taking the Huda Beauty, one of her new nude shades. That's really hard to say. This is in the shade Crush. It's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So to be honest, in her picture, I think it was a little bit more pinky than this. I just really wanted to use this shade and I thought it would work, but hers was a bit more pinky, but I think this went really well. So once you've done that, the look is complete. Okay, so this is the finished makeup look, guys. I really hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!